Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe is going to play Weird Al
I
Yankovic.
thought that was a weird choice, but hey.
Well, Aaron Paul already played him. Why didn't they go back to Aaron Paul? Remember the Funny or Die thing where they did the fake biopic of Weird Al and it was Aaron Paul? I think out of respect.
Oh.
Weird, the Al Yankovic story will be available on the Roku channel. Gonna make you feel good. That's basically where they took everything. I mean, they're doing their own stuff now, but the Roku channel basically was all Quibi content that they shoved over there. And Daniel
Radcliffe got it for cheap, so they're like, "Yeah, we'll use it."
Right. Daniel Radcliffe will play Weird Al Yankovic. The truly unbelievable journey through his life, from gifted child prodigy to the greatest musical legend of all time, is what this says. So there you go. Funny or Die are producing it, but apparently poor Aaron Paul, they said, do you want me to reprise the role of Weird Al Yankovic? No, we are going to go with someone who we really think best embodies the spirit, the creativity, and quite honestly, the look of Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah, that British kid that played Harry Potter. We're going to go with him. I don't know when it's coming out, though. But
I feel like
why it's taken so long
Weird
to do
Al
this?
play him.
Yeah, why it's taken so long to do this, I don't know. But
He looks the same pretty much.
Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah.
He looks the same as himself.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's aged pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think he could play himself. And I think
Grew
it's
his
going to be
hair out
silly
and-
enough that no one's going to be like, what the hell? Why is this old man playing a younger version of himself?
You know what I would have really liked, it would have been super meta, is if they had just done a shot-for-shot remake of UHF. With Weird Al now.
I would love that.
Emo now. Everybody now.
There's just one place to go
Richard?
for all your spatula needs.
Spatula City! Spatula City!
A giant warehouse of spatulas for every occasion. Don't forget, they make great Christmas presents.
And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of a spatula?
Spatula City!
Spatula City.
Hello, this is Cy Greenbloom, president of Spatula City. I like their spatulas so much, I bought the company.
Spatula City, 7 locations. We're in the yellow pages under spatulas.
We sell spatulas, and that's all.
Remember the Yellow Pages?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I'll tell you what, Daniel Radcliffe, if you have followed along after Harry Potter, he has essentially been liberated from having to worry about his career monetarily. Those Harry Potter kids just printed money, so they're set for life. They're set for multiple lifetimes. So Daniel Radcliffe has made one weird movie after the next, to his credit.
Like Pegasus?
Equus,
I'm sorry. I just remember he was naked.
But that was the
It was a stage production. Yeah.
But he did like Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man. He did
The
a
Woman
couple
in
of
Black.
That was early on. I think he was like,
That was
let's
like right after.
do
Harry
a couple of
Potter.
mainstream things. But he did Swiss Army Man. He did this one called, oh God, what was the one where they nailed the guns to his hands?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus of Guns.
Yes, Jesus of Guns was the movie. I enjoyed it so much. It was called Guns Akimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It was a cool premise, and it was fun to watch, but it wasn't very good.
Stick Beretta.
Yes.
Wait, you have to say it, Mary.
What? You're a professional comedian.
No, you.
Oh.
For your one.
Mine worked. Alan laughed at mine.
Listen, he laughed at the Nate one, too, but it was a reluctant laughter.
So yeah, Daniel Radcliffe has done a whole bunch of weird movies, but he did do Equus. Yes, he's naked on stage. Pegasus. This kid, I love it.
Hey, it was in the horse family.
I know he was
Getting there.
Yeah,
I just think that's such a flex. Like the fact that you're like, I know I'm gonna be naked. Everyone's gonna see me. It's gonna be out there forever. I'm gonna do it anyways. Like on stage, people taking pictures of you. Like you gotta have.
He's a young man too.
But does he
if
fluff
you're gonna,
after that?
if you're gonna get naked, you better do it when you're in your 20s.
Understandable, but I'm like, what is the process of that? Like, do you put makeup on it? Do you fluff? No one wants a bad D-Day. Like, there's some days where mine's not as big as it normally is, but like it's cold, and I bet you on stage underneath those lights, I don't know what it's like to be naked on stage, so I can't tell you, but I just think that's a flex. I do have a huge penis. Take some balls. I do have a huge penis.
I'll tell you a cool movie he did called Horns. Did you ever watch Horns?
No. I haven't even watched
Probably
all the
about 10 years old now. It's very interesting.
It's where the guy becomes a ram.
Well, he starts growing horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got to figure out why.
And he starts working for Dodge.
Because he's horny. Professional comedian.
You are an amateur comedian, aren't you? No, he's coming out in that. The next thing he's got coming out is that that movie, The Lost City, where it's Sandra Bullock as like a romance. It looks it looks like Romancing the Stone, kind of.
But it's got Channing Tatum and then Brad Pitt.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a date movie for
I'm in
sure.
for those two.
Remember, Daniel Radcliffe was the guy walking the dogs in Trainwreck.
Oh.
Remember that? He was like he kept showing up.
Okay. I don't remember that movie that well.
I know. By the way, I mentioned Guns Akimbo. What did you call it? Jesus of Guns? Mm-hmm. Because today, I noticed, is Gun Appreciation Day.
Woohoo!
Just like the other 364 days in this country.
How do you show appreciation for your guns?
You kiss it.
You go pew, 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 pew. I don't know how you do that. Don't know. But that's what they are. That's what January 19th is, designated as Gun Appreciation Day. And so around these parts, that's how we show our appreciation. Aha! The holiday originally started as a protest against potential gun control measures. Gun control. Oh, that's funny. But like all special days, now this day is observed in any way that people see fit. And so if you are somebody appreciating your gun today, today's a perfect day to do it. And of course, you'll celebrate this day tomorrow and the next day, and of course, the next day, and let me check my calendar. And the next day.
What about the day after that?
Yes. Yep, turns out correct. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you want to call us there and just leave a message, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hi, Alan. This is Alan, and I have to tell you, I am livid with you. I went to one of my favorite restaurants, Subway, and ordered a foot-long fish stick with a sprinkle of rosemary. I was abruptly asked to leave and never returned. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was kidding about that, by the way, and we were discussing Bill Squire as a former sandwich artist. I was kidding that my go-to was a foot-long fish stick with rosemary.
Those days are over.
Those days are long gone.
They got too corporate, and they just really squashed the creativity of the sandwich artist.
Do you think that do you think it was just coincidental with the departure of Bill Squire, or do you think that that had a ripple effect?
Well,
that
when you're one of their top creative artists.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Regionally or nationally?
Worldwide.
Worldwide?
Yes.
Boy, I went to a Subway in Dublin at about 2 a.m. It was the only thing open. And they really could have used your creativity in making that food look edible. They really could. I don't know if they were using, I don't know what they were using in place of American meats, but they were using
lamb,
something.
Goat.
Don't know.
What other animals are in Dublin?
All kinds.
Fox.
Sure. I asked for a foot-long fox.
And they said?
Go fox yourself.
What kind of... Mary?
He's a professional.
That's right. They said white or wheat. And I said, God, I don't know. Which bread
Italian
would you...
herb or...
Well, they only had white or wheat over there.
That's it?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I said, well, what bread pairs better with fox?
Wheat, probably.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
I remember when they rolled out the Italian herb and the oat one and all
Nine
that stuff.
cheese and all. Yeah.
And it's just like...
Honey oat, that was my favorite.
It's the same two breads.
9-grain honey oat.
It's the same two breads.
They just put
and
toppings
you put some
on, right?
Sprinkles on there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there
now,
you
sprinkles, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Would you like Jimmy's on your bread? Or, that sounds good, right? Some sprinkles.
And people would be like,
Sprinkled fox meat.
Mm-hmm.
why are you guys always out of the Italian herb? I'm like, because we only make two of them because nobody ever gets them except for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you got here late because Keith was already here.
That's right. Stupid Keith. Mm-hmm. Oh. By the way, little known fact. Sprinkle Fox Meat, my very first alias in radio. Before I started using my own name.
How did that go?
24 hours. 24 hours.
Well, let me ask you this.
And I thought, it's going to give the wrong idea.
Was the tagline to your show, "What did the fox say"?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. As that wouldn't happen for another 20 years.
I forgot how old you are.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Mary Santora, professional comedian. It is true, I'm very old.
Well, okay.
This May, my 30th anniversary in radio.
Real quick, the professional comedian thing, the only time that you point out that Cody is a professional broadcaster is when he butchers the language. So we're on track with what we're doing here. Right? He never does something great and you go, he's a professional broadcaster. He always says Warbury, and then you say, he's a professional broadcaster.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Your thoughts? Your thoughts. You know my thoughts. Your thoughts. He's a professional broadcaster. Oh, I get it. I see how it goes now. That's it. I did put him on the spot. That's unfair.
The spot of the show that he works on?
I never know if he's paying attention. Yes, I put him on the spot. I don't know if he's paying attention. We're not talking about 600-pound people. I don't know what he's thinking.
My jar. Stop. Stop making me laugh.
That's him in all his glory. Hey, if you're an Akron Rubber Ducks fan, big fun for you this summer. SNL alum and friend of the show, Chris Kattan, is going to be headlining the Akron Rubber Ducks A Night at the Ballpark. Do you get the reference there?
Is he family friendly?
Is he family friendly?
Unless this is a rated R ball game?
Well, no, he's not going to do stand-up. He's coming out for A Night at the Ball Game because, of course, he and Will Ferrell did A Night at the Roxbury.
Right.
Yeah.
But you said he was headlining.
That's how they put it.
So...
that he's headlining the Akron Rubber Ducks Night at the Ballpark. The promotion is Saturday, July 30th. And, of course, he and Will Ferrell did the movie Night at the Roxbury. So a Night at the Ballpark VIP package.
Was that the last sketch to become a movie? When was the Mary Catherine Gallagher one? That was before that, right?
Superstar?
Yeah.
Superstar.
I don't know. Night at the Roxbury had to be 98, right?
MacGruber. We got MacGruber.
MacGruber. There you go. Night at the Roxbury was October 98.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And Superstar was the next year.
Do you guys like that Night at the Roxbury movie? Well, we got one of them.
We got the not Will Ferrell guy.
From 34 years ago.
I like Chris Kattan. I mean, he's
24, sorry.
He seems
I was going to say, I'm 92.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry.
24. He seems to have had some issues along the way. I mean, he's a little prickly if you get him on a bad day. Corky Romano didn't break out the way he had hoped.
I loved that movie.
Oh, you were the one.
I loved it. I watched the scene where he was all hopped up on the cocaine probably 15 times in a row the first time I saw it. I just kept rewinding it and watching it again because I thought it was so funny.
That is a movie where there's no middle ground. You either love that movie or you hate it.
I was also a child when that movie came out.
That helps.
I was very young.
When Gwen lived in L.A., one of her roommates banged Chris Kattan. And I don't know what the report was on that. And I didn't mention it to him when he was on the show last year because I thought it would be indelicate.
Yeah.
And would he remember?
No.
No! This guy who was... Hey, you can't have it a mango. This guy was plowing his way through everything for a while.
The Nick DiPaolo remembered the chick he stole from you.
Yes, he did. He remembered stealing my girlfriend in 1990-something.
After Corky Romano, the two things I would say all the time to everybody were, I should buy a boat, because when he was in the hopped up cocaine scene, he would say that. And then when he dressed up like the Girl Scout, he's like, you guys want some cookies? I would say it incessantly to my family.
Maybe it warrants a second look.
I mean...
Or a first. I never finished it.
A 10-year-old girl, this is who was doing that.
So a Night at the Ballpark with the Akron Rubber Ducks, end of July. The VIP package gets you ticket to the game, meet and greet with Chris Kattan, all-you-can-eat picnic, and a What Is Love bobblehead and hat. Now, is it going to be a Hadaway bobblehead, the guy who sang this song? Or is it going to be a little Chris Kattan from Night at the Roxbury? A little vague on this. $75.
Bang.
If you want to get into this. Yeah, listen, right? You can get them online. Use that promo code Chris, because Chris Kattan. And the home opener for your Akron Rubber Ducks is Tuesday, April the 12th. But end of July, they got Chris Kattan coming out. He threw out the first pitch at a Phillies game a few years ago. Is he a Philly native? I don't know much about... I've only spoken to him a couple times. I don't know much about Chris Kattan. He's not from Philly. Maybe if you want him to show up, he'll show up. Maybe he's just a goer.
He loves
right?
baseball. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
He just loves baseball.
He was on this show that we watched for a little while on Fox. It was called The Middle. Remember when Patty Heaton and Neil Flynn from Scrubs had this show? They were like parents in Indiana.
Yeah, I watched
Chris
like
Kattan was on that the
episodes.
first 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah. He's funny. But he was raised in like a Buddhist monastery community or something. I don't know. So, you know, he did Dancing with the Stars.
It's a great song.
He did Dancing with the Stars, and everybody gave him a hard time saying he was so stiff, and he had to say that he had neck surgery. This was part of why he was kind of so prickly, was because he was always in pain. So he was always on, like, meds or something, and, you know, because he would throw himself around. Like, Chevy Chase was on painkillers after doing pratfalls and crap. Chris Kattan suffered for his art.
When your body's your tool, you can hurt that tool.
Yes. You know, he had a whole bunch of surgeries, and NBC paid for a bunch of them. They foot the bill for some of those Chris Kattan surgeries.
Because of his hurt tool.
Huh? Because of his hurt tool. Mary, your thoughts on Bill Squire?
These words of wisdom. When your body is your tool, you could hurt the tool.
Well, it's not like a hammer. You just get a new hammer.
Yeah, you only get one
body
tool. You only get one hammer, and you got to take care. You got to take care of it. He was also the prime minister in Sharknado 5, by the way, for people who...
They made 5 of those movies?
I mean, like 8
Oh, I
of
think
those
they made
movies.
more than 5. Yeah. He got in early. I think he probably took points.
Sharknado.
Mm-hmm.
Those were all like made for TV, right? They didn't like have those in theater.
It was for sci-fi or something.
Yeah.
Was the first one taken seriously?
No, none of them were taken seriously.
I didn't know if they were all parodies or if the first one they were like, what if in a world where sharks and tornadoes come together? I didn't know what the premise of it all was. They were all parodies?
Premise is it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, it's a disaster. I don't know if it's a full-on parody, but everybody knows it's not serious.
Okay,
They're not trying to
I
be.
didn't know.
Yeah. It's, what's the core group there? Ian Kildare.
Ziering.
and Kildare Ziering. They sound very similar.
I have a stupid question.
Tara Reid. Oh, I'll finish. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is a tornado over the ocean still a tornado, or is it automatically a hurricane?
That is a hurricane. If it's over water, a tornado is over land. Here, this guy will tell you.
Oh my God! Tornado! Tornado!
He's on land.
But if the tornado was on land and it goes over water, so it turns into a hurricane after that?
When a hurricane makes landfall, it's still a hurricane. A tornado is something that begins on land. Just swirling winds that grow and... Huh?
Doesn't it become like a cyclone or something? I don't know.
I think because I thought that was the whole premise of Sharknado was it was a tornado going on and then it went over the ocean, picked up some sharks, and then the sharks started. Because there was water in the tornado.
You are probably right, but
it's the city.
but Shark Hurricane is not a funny portmanteau there. So Sharknado would have to. A tornado is in contact with both the surface of the earth and a cloud. I don't know how that differs from a hurricane.
It becomes a water spout when it's over water.
A cyclone or a hurricane is a storm system over water. Something, okay.
Ride the cyclone, baby.
All I can hear is that.
In my body like a cyclone.
Yeah, Baby Bash.
She body like a cyclone.
What else did he make besides that?
Baby Bash?
Yes.
I think that might be it, to be honest with you.
I think that was his biggest hit. He probably made more.
I feel like there was one other, like his
He did Sugar
follow-up.
Sugar.
Oh, yeah, Sugar Sugar, how you get so fly.
All right, listen, I've got to take a break. Enough of this Michigas. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192. After the break, I will have Cleveland Monsters tickets for you. Monsters Family Day is the end of next month. It's the 26th of February. So we'll get you a couple tickets for that. And then more money at 3:30. Another chance for you to go fund yourself and get yourself $1,000 coming up.
It's the Alan Cox Show.